kind of relationship. Throwing things, I see like throwing things, fighting, getting into street brawls, that kind of energy. Lots of drugs and drinking involved, from what I pick up on. So the present, 10 of Wands, the Emperor and the Empress. So everyone, welcome back to No Light Tarot. My name is Hallie, so grateful to have you all. This is a channel about hot topics through a tarot perspective, so it's not meant to be negative gossip. If that's your thing, this is not the channel for you. Please only follow along if you're interested in learning, and this is about healing, learning, growth and healing. So I'm usually accurate, doesn't mean I'll be accurate in this one. This was requested and it is about FKA Twigs and Shia Labeaouf and his and their lawsuit, her lawsuit against him. So I did do a video about him 2 years ago, and you know, I watched clips of it. I wasn't really watching it like a lot. When he was reading screenplay with like Morgan Freeman, Jennifer Aniston, you know, all those people, and something was very unsettling to me about it. You could clearly see that he had issues. You could clearly see that he had problems, and they were just like laughing at him like it was a joking matter. They weren't taking him seriously at all, and I just thought it reminded me of somebody I know, a few people I've known who've been in the industry that have had addiction issues, and the people are just like, oh, they're fine, they'll be fine, it's okay. It's like, no, he clearly needs help, you know. So I wouldn't work with somebody like that, but that's not my prerogative to judge those. Everybody can do what they want as long as it's legal. Okay, so their past. Oh, let me read the charts really quickly. FKA Twigs, her sun is in Capricorn, her moon is in Capricorn. Couldn't find her rising. Shia Labeouf, his sun is in Gemini, moon in Leo, and rising in Aquarius. Interesting. So their past, I could see his rising big, of course. Their past, especially Geminis. I always say this about people with prominent Gemini, the sun and rising. Stay away from drugs and alcohol, because it will be your demise. I'm telling you. Okay, their past. 5 cups, Ace of Cups, and the Lovers. You can find joy in so many other things. You don't have to use substances to find joy. 5 cups, Ace of Cups, and the Lovers. So clearly they had a fondness for each other. I think their relationship was real. I think they had genuine feelings for each other, regardless of what some people may say. I never really covered this. I never really like followed along with the story while they were together. I don't even know when they're together, but my intuition is telling me about 5-6 years ago, this is when they were into each other. But it seems like a very high low kind of relationship. Throwing things, I see like throwing things, fighting, getting into street brawls, that kind of energy. Lots of drugs and drinking involved, from what I pick up on. So the present, 10 of Wands, the Emperor and the Empress. So I strongly feel like they had an impression on each other, and I think that they were each other's karmic partners. Now, karmic partners mean different things to different people. I believe that it's the person that comes to teach you whether you have evolved past your childhood trauma, any kind of trauma you've experienced in this lifetime or past lifetimes, but they are meant to trigger you in a way that either you evolve or you stay stagnant. And I've gone through my fair share of that, and this is their time to see that. And I'm not going to sit here and say that I feel as though he is in the wrong, she is in the wrong. I don't know the full story, but the energy I pick up on, it was both of them. So for the future, I get 2 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, and 8 of Swords. Lots of change. I did do some predictions on Instagram. If you're watching on YouTube, check out in the description box my Instagram, and look through my videos from 2 years ago. I did one about him, that I said that he would end up going to rehab and like changing his life. Very similar energy to Robert Downey Jr. when he was younger, and similar energy to Ezra Miller too. Just lack of guidance in their youth, leads them to not know what is right and wrong. And I know it sounds like common sense, don't hurt people, common sense, don't do this, but it's very hard to break cycles, especially generational cycles, you know. When you grow up amongst drinking, you grow up amongst drugs, you think it's normal. Even if you don't think it's normal, it's embedded in your subconscious. You have to literally retrain yourself and seek outside help. And a lot of people in the public eye don't, because of the shame, number one, and because they can get away with it. So why would they? The bottom of the deck being Six of Pentacles, I saw, and I predicted this, that he would be cut from a few projects. He would keep being cut, and that's what would force him to seek help. King of Wands is going to happen even more. When the trial happens, it's going to reveal a lot about them, but he has more to lose than she does. So he's going to be dropped by a lot of people. I think even his agent's going to drop him. I predicted last time somebody in his camp is going to drop him. If it hasn't happened already, it will happen in the near future. Once the trial comes to light, a lot of people are going to drop him. So I think it's unfair too. Because they're around when he was trouble, but making them money. Do you know what I'm saying? But now that he's not making them money, it's convenient to drop him. So the King of Wands, Page of Cups in reverse, and Seven of Swords. Wow, okay, so still holding on. Both of them are still holding on to. They did this to me. They put me through this. They put me through that. Four of Wands and a Four of Swords. And the Magician. And one of them, I think she might be getting married. FKA Twigs. She's in a relationship now that is very serious. And I think she might be getting married very soon. He keeps tabs on her. He definitely keeps tabs on her. The Chariot, Wheel of Fortune, reverse, King of Swords. He keeps tabs on her, and he's a little salty that she left. Even though he has his girlfriends, they don't really mean a lot to him. He's still upset about her and how things transpired, but he won't admit it until later in his life. So I pulled a card for healing, and it says, my productivity stems from inspiration. When I focus on what brings me joy, my tasks become effortless actions. Wow. So I strongly feel that they're spending a lot of energy on like the past, and it's pulling them back, you know. And if FK Twigs feels like she deserves justice, that's up to her. But I think sometimes we get into situations and things out of vengefulness, remorse, and I think there's more vengeance in this than needs to be. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Take care.